Now, Chief Meteorologist Ross Whitley with your Storm Team 13 forecast.
Another hot day on the way for tomorrow. If you were smart or you were lucky, one of the two, you got to go to the beach or hang out near or in the water while this heat has been going on since about last Friday or so. And unfortunately, we got another hot day for tomorrow. But unlike what we see out there today with very little in the way of cumulus, and most of that is low-level cumulus that's out there right now, we're actually going to see some showers and thunderstorms work across the area. So at the bare minimum, that means outflow boundaries working across your area, helping to cool you off. It will be hot along the coast, 95 to 97 once again, but a chance at a shower or storm, about a 50% chance at it. And then same thing on Wednesday, basically our summertime pattern here. We do have yellow flags flying across the board. That is the good news there. UV index back up to 11.1, so that should signal we will have plenty of sunshine out there. And if you are going to the coast, make sure you got the sunscreen on. Air quality good, pollen count, chinnopods and grasses, your main pollinator in the moderate category at 4.5. That looks likely to continue. And the heat, not gone anywhere as we've gone into the evening. 97 in Bluntstown, same number in Apalachicola. Feels like 113 there at the current moment. That's thanks to a higher dew point, and that's right along the river as well, going back up to Bluntstown. Marietta at 97, feeling like 110. We're at 98. Feeling like 104, but you can see the sea breeze quite clearly here. So cooler on the backside of the sea breeze with those dew points just a touch higher. A couple of showers and storms out there, mostly on our northern side and basically very isolated. Could get a gusty wind out of that with the collapse of those thunderstorms, as there's not a whole lot of shear aloft. But as we go through the day tomorrow, we're going to see the heat once again climbing up. However, you're going to see a lot of shower and thunderstorm activity blossoming by the morning hours going into the early afternoon. That's going to allow us to cool off pretty quickly as at least the outflow boundaries work across. It is basically the rain lotto, so you're going to have to get lucky to see a shower or thunderstorm. Same thing on Wednesday, but at least will help to knock a notch in that heat. Not going to be quite as hot. You can already start to see the setup as we go later into the week. Little spin here on, yes, a frontal boundary. This is a very weak cold front that's situated across the east coast. That's a trough that died from a cold front. And then here comes a much stronger one as we head into Friday. Not that we're really going to notice the difference. Temperatures are going to be quite warm. However, that stretched out boundary going into the Atlantic, we'll have to keep a close eye on that for the potential of maybe some kind of subtropical system trying to develop there, maybe something getting kick-started in the tropics. But speaking of that, the Eastern Pacific just cranking storm after storm out. There's two out there with a third on the way and a fourth area of interest. The Atlantic, however, nice and quiet. We hope that it stays asleep. However, we are headed into August, and I think by the 4th or 5th, we're going to watch the subtropics. And by about the 10th or 12th, we're going to start to watch the main development region for the tropics to start to get busy once again. The Atlantic has been, for really all intents and purposes, very, very quiet. If we go by accumulated cyclone energy, or ACE for short, this is the quietest start to a season we have ever had. So hopefully that does continue. It is still pretty hostile out there at the moment.
Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Yep.
Thanks, Ross.